The African sky blazed with the colors of the setting sun. Orange, red, and purple painted the clouds. The air, still hot from the day, began to cool. Long shadows stretched across the savannah. A small herd of elephants moved slowly across the plains. They were returning to their favorite watering hole after a long day of foraging. The dust rose around their feet, catching the golden light. The matriarch, old and wise, led the way. She trumpeted softly, a deep rumble that echoed across the savannah. Her family responded with low rumbles of their own. They trusted her completely. She kept them safe. But danger lurked in the tall grass. The elephants in their peaceful journey were unaware of the hungry eyes watching them. The matriarch stopped. She raised her trunk, sniffing the air. Something wasn't right. She smelled a familiar scent, a scent that sent a shiver down her spine. Lions. Her youngest calf, barely a year old, walked close to her side. He was playful and full of energy, unaware of the danger. The matriarch watched him closely. Her heart ached with love for him. The other females in the herd also grew alert. They fanned out around the calf, forming a protective circle. Their ears were up, their eyes scanning the tall grass. They knew the lions were close. The matriarch trumpeted again, this time a warning. She would protect her family no matter the cost. Hidden in the tall grass, a pride of lions watched the elephants. They were hungry and had been stalking the herd for hours. The lions were patient hunters. They waited for the perfect moment to strike. The lead lioness, her coat blending seamlessly with the dry grass, locked eyes with the young calf. It was small, vulnerable, separated from the rest. An easy target. She turned her head, a silent signal to her pride. The lions moved like shadows, their bodies low to the ground. They circled around the elephants, using the tall grass as cover. They were getting closer, their muscles tense with anticipation. The scent of lions grew stronger. The elephants could hear the soft rustle of paws on dry leaves. Danger was closing in. Suddenly, a lioness sprang from the grass. She lunged for the calf, her claws extended. The matriarch reacted instantly. She swung her massive head, her tusks catching the lioness in midair. The impact echoed across the savannah. The other elephants trumpeted loudly, their calls filled with anger and fear. The lions roared back, a chilling sound that sent shivers down the spines of the elephants. The battle had begun. The sun beats down, sand stretches endlessly. This is the desert, a place of scorching days and freezing nights. Only the toughest animals can survive here. Water is scarce, food is hard to find, yet life finds a way. Animals adapt to the harsh conditions, developing incredible survival skills. The scorpion is a fearsome predator. Its body is covered in a tough exoskeleton, like armor plating. This protects it from the heat and from its enemies, but its most dangerous weapon is its tail. This tail ends in a sharp stinger filled with potent venom. One sting can paralyze and kill its prey. The gecko is a master of the desert night. While the scorpion hunts, the gecko waits. It waits for insects, its main source of food, to be lured in by the cool night air. The gecko has special adaptations for this. Its large eyes see perfectly in the dark. Its sticky toes allow it to climb almost any surface, and its speed and agility make it difficult to catch. Under the light of the moon, a gecko spots a juicy beetle. It stalks closer, its body low to the ground. But danger lurks nearby. A scorpion, sensing movement, emerges from the sand. It too has its sights on the unsuspecting beetle. A silent game of cat and mouse is about to begin. Section 5. The chase. The gecko lunges for the beetle, its tongue shooting out with lightning speed. But at the same moment, the scorpion strikes. Its tail whips forward, narrowly missing the gecko. The startled gecko leaps back, narrowly avoiding the deadly stinger. The beetle, caught in the crossfire, scurries away to safety. The chase is on. Section 6. A deadly dance. The scorpion and the gecko circle each other, their bodies tense. The scorpion raises its tail, ready to strike again. The gecko, relying on its speed, darts from side to side. Each creature is a master of its own kind of attack. The scorpion, with its powerful venom, needs just one touch. The gecko, with its agility, must avoid that deadly sting at all costs. Section 7. The victor. The tension is palpable. Suddenly the gecko sees an opening. It leaps onto a nearby rock, putting a barrier between itself and the scorpion. The scorpion, unable to climb the smooth surface, can only watch as the gecko disappears into the night. This time speed and agility have triumphed over brute force. Section 8. Balance of nature. The scorpion and the gecko, hunter and hunted, are part of a delicate balance. They are both vital to the desert ecosystem. The scorpion controls insect populations. The gecko, in turn, provides food for larger predators like snakes and owls. Section 9. Conclusion respecting the desert dwellers. The desert, though harsh, is home to incredible creatures like the scorpion and the gecko. Their adaptations for survival are a testament to the power of nature. As we marvel at their resilience, let us also remember the importance of respecting their habitat and ensuring their continued survival in this delicate ecosystem. Deep in the heart of the meadow, there lived a hedgehog. She was small, but she had a big heart. Her name was Hazel, and she was known for her prickly coat of spines. Hazel loved to sniff out juicy worms and beetles, her little nose twitching with delight. One sunny afternoon, as Hazel rustled through the tall grass, she heard a faint sound. It was a tiny peep, soft and full of sadness. Hazel, with her kind heart, couldn't resist investigating. She followed the sound, her little legs carrying her quickly through the meadow. The peep led Hazel to a small, fluffy duckling. He was all alone, his yellow feathers ruffled and his little beak trembling. He had lost his mother, separated from her warmth and protection. The sight of the lost duckling melted Hazel's heart. Even though she was just a hedgehog, Hazel knew she had to help. She couldn't leave him alone and afraid. She would be his protector, his prickly guardian against the dangers of the meadow. The meadow was a beautiful place, full of colourful flowers and the buzzing of busy bees. A sparkling stream flowed through it, its water cool and refreshing. But the meadow also held hidden dangers for small creatures like the duckling. There were foxes with cunning eyes and owls with silent wings, always on the lookout for an easy meal. Hazel knew she had to be vigilant, her sharp spines a shield against any threat. The duckling, whose name was Buttercup, was scared and lonely. He missed his mother's gentle quack and the warmth of his siblings huddled close. But Hazel, with her gentle nudges and soft snuffles, made him feel safe. She gathered soft leaves and moss to make him a cozy nest, and she kept him close, her prickly spines a protective barrier around his small body. Section 5. The danger of sharp claws. One evening, as the sun began to set, a hungry fox slunk into the meadow. He was large and cunning, his eyes gleaming with hunger. He had smelled the duckling, and his sharp nose led him towards their hiding place. Hazel saw the fox approaching, and her heart pounded with fear. She knew she had to protect Buttercup to keep him safe from those sharp teeth and claws. Section 6. A Mother's Courage. Without hesitation, Hazel curled herself into a tight ball, her sharp spines pointing outwards. She hissed at the fox, a sound full of warning and defiance. The fox, taken aback by the prickly defense, hesitated. He had never encountered a creature like Hazel before, and her bravery gave him pause. Section 7. A Bond of Love. The fox circled Hazel, trying to find a way to get past her prickly armor, but Hazel stood firm, her love for Buttercup giving her strength. She wouldn't let anything hurt him, not while she had breath in her small body. Buttercup, sensing Hazel's determination, snuggled closer, his small body trembling. Section 8. The Warmth of Spikes. The fox, realizing that Hazel wouldn't back down, finally gave up. He slunk away into the shadows, his hunger unsatisfied. Hazel, exhausted but triumphant, uncurled herself. She nuzzled Buttercup gently, her heart filled with love for the little duckling she had sworn to protect. The warmth of her love, even surrounded by prickly spines, was all the comfort Buttercup needed. Section 9. Little heroes, big hearts, and so the hedgehog and the duckling, an unlikely pair, forged a bond of love and protection. Hazel, the small creature with a big heart, had faced down danger to keep her adopted duckling safe. Their story was a reminder that even the smallest of creatures can demonstrate immense bravery and love, proving that heroes come in all shapes and sizes.